Hi everyone, it's Chris at Cork and Crown. Gonna try some cider. Bit different today. So the last tasting that I did was of Weston's vintage cider. It's a bigger producer, etc., based in Herefordshire. And it got me talking about concentrates and percentages of juice in cider, blah blah blah. And then it made me think, well, okay, if we're going to talk about those things, let's go the whole hog. Okay, let's try something that's, ticks all those boxes, properly. I think I don't want to give Weston's any bad press, because I think, they're a big producer, but they do a decent job, considering the size and scale of what they have to do. It's not easy to make things on a large scale and make it well. Budweiser is actually a really hard beer to make because there's nowhere to hide. It's a lager, so it's very clean. There's not a lot of flavours going on. It's a very subtle base malt, so actually it's really hard to make it right every time. Faults are very easy to spot in something which is that kind of bland, if you like. So certain skills come into play when you're making things on a larger scale, let's say. Anyway, so what am I going to try? Well, this isn't what I was going to get, but this is the closest thing I could get to what I was going to get. Strongbow. So you've probably all heard of Strongbow. This is sort of the cider that everyone was drinking when no other ciders were available, pretty much. I mean, Strongbow, maybe a couple of others. I actually wanted to get some Diamond White, but I couldn't get any Diamond White, so I had to get this instead. I'm going to try and get some Diamond White, though. I'm going to go like full on commercial. So yeah, I thought, why not try this as well and think about this. So this is also based in Herefordshire, made by Bulmers, like Weston's big Herefordshire cider producer. So it's going to be a blend of apples. So it says on here, okay, ingredients: water, apple juice from concentrate, sugar, malic acid, antioxidant which is sodium metabisulfite. Okay, so it's a much bigger list of ingredients that you're going to see on, say, for example, any of these sorts of guys. Okay, this is 2 apple varieties, wild yeast, that's it. Nothing else is added. No back sweetening, nothing. Okay, that's the if I can get that on the Butford Ganymede. Same with this. A few varietals. This is a Keith cider. It's seen wood as well. So there's another couple of variations. What else have we got? Single variety from Ross and Y. This is 1 apple variety, the major. I love this stuff. Bottle conditioned, probably aged in oak. They do a lot of oak aging. Vintage, possibly blended from a couple of different vintages as well to get the flavour profile they want. Doesn't say that much on the bottle about that specific aspect of this, but most of their labels have lots of information on the front, so you know exactly what you're getting. Watkins, okay, also Herefordshire, so also single variety, Yarrington Mill, fermented with wild yeast, aged in oak, back sweetened. So they're going to use some sort of sugar or sugar substitute to sweeten this from bone dry. Okay, so there's all sorts of different things you can do. Even amongst the cider makers that I buy it from, some practices people would get a bit sniffy about, like back sweetening and so forth, but it's common practice. Anyway, and they make delicious ciders. So at the end of the day, I don't care. They make delicious cider. So, Strongbow. So this is the commercial stuff we were talking about in the last film I made. So let's give it a go. I can't remember the last time I had any of this. I really can't. I do not know what to expect. I expect it to be quite fizzy. It's force carbonated. I expect it to be very light in colour. I expect it to be quite sugary. That's about it. So doesn't have to reach a very high bar to meet my expectations. So, as expected, very light in colour. Probably about the same as the Westerns. Maybe a tad paler, I would say. Tad paler, yeah, I would say so. It's like almost a lemon water sort of yellow, that. Very pale gold. Bit of head in it though, it's maintaining that head. Obviously force carbonated, obviously filtered to be this bright. So yeah, let's give it a sniff. Again, very subtle nose, a lot like the Westerns had. That was a subtle nose as well. Little bit sulphurous on the nose, I'd say. A little bit sulphur. Again, don't mind a little bit of that. It's not such a bad thing. Like a volcanic sulphurous thing is what I was thinking of, rather than like egginess. And I get a hint of fresh apple, I would say. Maybe pineapple as well. Possibly pineapple. Okay, let's try it. Okay, the first thing I noticed is a lot more tannin in this than in the Westerns. My teeth immediately went squeaky, so that's quite interesting. There's kind of a lemon water thing going on, which a very obvious lemon water thing going on. It's not as sweet as the Westerns. It's worth noting the Westerns was 8.2 or 8.4%, so big alcohol. This is 4.5. It's nearly half as much alcohol. Alcohol is perceived as sweet, so the fact it's got half the alcohol approximately is going to make it lighter on the palate, less viscous, but also possibly taste less sweet as well. So what they'll do is they've got this concentrate and they'll add water to it to dilute it to sort of, the concentrations where you'll get like a low alcohol like this. So you're going to add water to it to water it down to the alcohol level that you want. There's a lot of intervention going on. I mean, to be absolutely honest, very hollow on the mid palate. This is kind of watery. But having said that, the sugars aren't as cloying as they were in the Westerns. So I could probably drink more of this, I want to say. I don't know if I'd enjoy it, but I could definitely drink more of it. Having said that, it's not very inspiring at all. I mean, you know what? It's an alcohol delivery system. It's a thirst quencher. That's what it is. I don't think it pretends to be anything else either. It's Strongbow. I mean, everyone knows what Strongbow is. There's nowhere for it to hide. So, based on that, I mean, I'm never going to buy it again. That's the honest truth. But I can see why. It's cheap. It'll get you drunk. It's a little bit refreshing. That's about it. Okay, well, I'm going to try and get some Diamond White and do this again with that as well, because I'll be fascinated to see what that's like, because that's a similar kind of process, but much stronger. So we'll see how that compares to this. Anyway, that was a tasting of Strongbow cider. I bet you never thought you'd watch one of those. All right. Thanks, guys. I will hopefully see you again soon. Get some Strongbow and try it if you want. See what you think. On that note, I would like to say cheers. So cheers.